Okay, kids, today we're looking at the complete and simple predicates. Hey, what's a predicate? Well, let's look at the box on the right hand top where it says reteaching. The complete predicate, that's the whole predicate, is all the words in the predicate of a sentence. Okay, well, what does the predicate stand for? What does it represent? Well, it tells what the subject does or is. What the subject does, it's sort of the action part of the sentence. Tells what the subject does or is. Now, that's the complete predicate. Generally, more than one word, usually, not always, but most of the time. And the simple predicate is a part of the complete predicate. The simple predicate is the main word in the complete predicate, the main word. It shows an action or a state of being. Okay, an action like run, or a state of being like is or was. Um, those are both simple predicates. Okay, let's look at number one. Number one, this is a sort of a baseball sentence here, a collection of sentences. The game against the Kansas City Royals would start soon. We're looking for the complete predicate, which is the collection of words that tells basically what the subject is or was. Okay. Okay. The subject's Kansas City. No, the game against the Kansas City Royals. The game is the subject. The game. What about the game? Well, the game would start soon. That's the action. Okay. That's the action or state of being that the subject does or is. It would start soon. All three words. That's the complete predicate. Look at number two. The left fielder. Ooh, that's our subject, right? The left fielder. Now, what is the left fielder doing or being? Was running out to the field beside Ken. Okay, that's a being verb. It's was is a being verb. It tells about his state of being. Believe it or not, that's is a verb though, and it's part of the predicate. Let's look at number three. A tingle of excitement. Okay, a tingle. Tingle would be the subject. What did the tingle do? It ran down Ken Jr.'s back. That is the complete predicate. Complete predicate. Let's move these up a little bit. And let's look at number four. You work this one. The new left fielder was none other than his dad. Okay, what would be the complete predicate of that? Take a second. Okay, it would be was is another being verb, part of the predicate, and was none other than his dad. Look at number five. Pause, in fact, pause this video and look at the next three and write down what the complete predicate would be for 5, 6, and 7. And then turn it back on and let's check. Okay, now that you're back, we look at number 5, and 5 shows the crowd. Crowd is the subject. And crowd at the stadium actually describes the subject still. And then what's the crowd doing? It let out a roar. That's the action of the subject. Number 6, all of the fans in the stadium and out of it, that's still the subject, still describing fans. What did these fans do? They knew this was a great moment. Knew this was a great moment. That is the complete predicate. And of course, number 7, Ken, the left fielder's son, all of that is the complete subject. Ken is the simple subject. What did Ken do? He felt so happy. Felt so happy. Okay? Those are the complete predicates. Complete predicates. Remember, usually more than one word. And usually it could be several words, 7, 8, even 9 words or so in the complete predicate. Now, let's look at the simple predicate. Simple predicate, again, if you look at our description up here, is the main word in the complete predicate. The main word in the complete predicate. So let's look at these down here. We're going to pick out the simple predicate for these. I'll give you the first few to work on. I read the story of Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. Okay, the subject is really short. It's I. Okay, what did I do? I read the story of Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. That's the complete predicate. What's the main word in that? The main word tells what I did. It's read. That's the simple predicate. The next, number two. These two famous players are father and son. Okay, the subject is these two complete players, famous players, are father and son. What are they doing? They are father and son. What's the main word of that? It's a being word. It's are. It's a state of being. So that's still part of the predicate, the main word in the predicate. They are something. Okay. Number three, they even played on the same team together. They is the subject. What did they do? The main word that tells what they did is played. That's the simple predicate. The whole predicate is even played on the same team together. And let's do one more together. Both men, that's the subject, were in the Seattle Mariners lineup. Okay, what's the simple predicate? Were. That's another state of being verb telling the action. It's not really action, it's a being action, so to speak. Were. Okay, the simple predicate. Now, starting with 5, I want you to write down 5, 6, 7, 8. Just write down the simple predicate, usually one word, for each of these sentences. The one word that describes what the subject's doing. And then pause and then turn this back on when you're finished and we'll check. Okay, number 5. It says, this father and son team made history. Okay, the simple predicate. What did they do? They made. Okay, made is the simple predicate. Number 6, the President of the United States. That's the subject. What did he do? Sent them a telegraph after one great game. Sent is the simple predicate. Number 7, the Griffeys. What did they do? They appeared together on a few television shows. The key word, though, is appeared. That's the simple predicate. And on number 8, these two great athletes remain famous today. What do they do? What do these athletes do? They remain. Remain. All right. Did you get those right? I bet you did. Okay. You'll have an assignment right after you watch this, a worksheet on live worksheets, and you'll be picking out from sentences the complete predicate on some sentences and the simple predicate on the other sentences. Just read carefully. Make sure you don't get those two definitions backward. Okay, complete and simple. And if you do a good job, uh, that's kind of what I expect because you're a smart kid. All right, good luck.